Hey everyone, I'm back. Let's move on with the next quest in line. Mel, it's as if you can read my mind. I was just thinking that I wanted you to come. But this time it's not because I have a job for you as a Death Master. It is a personal request from me. Even so, will you take it on? Yep. Oh, thank you. It's not a job, so I'm grateful that you are willing to do it. What I wish to ask of you is about Nedim. Because she doesn't have a spirit sense, she can't class change to a Death Master. You know that, right? Also, because of that, she's rushing through reading all of the books in the house, searching for a way to get her spirit sense back. She seems like she's rushing herself or pushing herself, and so I'm worried. So I'd like you to watch over Nedim by her side just to make sure that she doesn't push herself too hard. For starters, could you go and talk to her? Okay. Let's do that. Huh. How can I get my spirit sense back? I wonder if there's something I could do to be able to become a Death Master. Hey, what do you think? And my options are... Don't give up on your dreams. You don't have the talent for it. You are more suited for a goof-off. Wow. There's really no choice but the first one, unless you want to just be really, really blunt and say the second one. No, we're not going to tell her to be a goof-off. She's got her heart set on this class. Mel told Nedim to not give up on her dreams. What? Are you trying to cheer me up? Oh, stop it. That, unexpected kindness is gonna have, an opposite effect? Oh no, maybe I should have said the second one. Kindness is gonna lead to cowardice on her part. But thank you, Mel. Well, I'm glad she appreciates the encouragement. Even if she's like, maybe this isn't what I need to hear right now. Oh, that's right. There's something I wanted you to listen to, or something I wanted to tell you. At last, I've found a way to regain my spirit sense. In the town of Glen, there is a merchant who is the coin seller Gongaro, and he has a coin that can raise one's spirit sense that he's selling. And its name is the Ventura Coin. But the coins seem to be something that only Death Masters can use, so it doesn't seem like he's gonna sell one to me, right? And so since you're a Death Master, I'd like you to go and buy a Ventura coin for me. I'll pay you back afterwards. please? Okay. As expected of Mel. You're so reliable. Gongaro, who sells the Ventura coins, is in the castle town of Glen. It's a special item, so you're going to have to face him and in local chat say Ventura, or he won't sell them to you. Alright. Okay, well this probably isn't what Deslin wanted me to do. But this is what we're gonna do. She needs to live her life as a goof. I've played as a goof off. I don't think she's suited for that either. Besides, she's got her heart set on being a death master. Her ancestor was a death master. And I'd like to help her regain her spirit sense if I can. Okay, where... There he is. Coin seller. Ventura. Oh. If I wasn't hearing things just now, you said Ventura, didn't you? Have you come seeking the Ventura coin, which is rising in popularity secretly and is said to bring fortune? Ah, you've got a good eye. This Ventura coin, which has successfully had a top secret manufacturing method to seal good fortune inside of it, will bring you good luck just by having it. What? It raises one's spiritual sense? No, the Ventura coins don't affect your spirit sense. They raise your luck so that it is an item that brings you happiness. It seems like there's some mistaken information that's being spread by word of mouth. Well, since that's the case, then I'm gonna have... I would like someone like you who seems like they could spread the information to a wide area. I'd like you, customer, to spread the correct information. I will give you one of my prototypes. So once you test out the fact that it raises your luck, please recommend it to your family and friends. Alright, we've got a Ventura coin. Oh no, you don't have to worry about paying me. I hope that good fortune visits you. Okay. Let's check out that coin. Huh. Alright. Okay. Well... I don't know, let's see. We'll see what Nirim says when she gets a hold of it. But if it doesn't help raise her spirit sense, then I guess that's why. It's not something that was intended to do that. Oh, Mel, were you able to get a Ventura Coin? You can have it. I hope it brings you luck. Mel gave it to her. As expected of Mel. So how much was the coin? I'll be sure to pay you back. What? It was free? Well, in that case, I will happily accept it. Thank you. Oh, just by holding onto this coin, I can actually feel my spirit sense increasing. I'm overflowing with spirit sense. Even if I don't do anything else, I feel like spirits will come over to me. I want to test out the effects of it right now. Oh, that's it. There's a place pretty close by where there are rumors that it's a like a ghost hotspot where ghosts come out. She's not giving me an opening to say anything, really, but maybe the placebo effect will help. Okay. There's an abandoned area called the Bhagadea Church Ruins, and it seems that there's a creepy moaning voice that says, "Oh," from the spirit of a priest that appears there. I've never seen it myself, but since my spirit sense is heightened right now, I feel like I would be able to see it. Let's go together, Mel. Okay, let's go to the church ruins over in the Western Glen region. Oh no, I'm kind of wishing I'd set a zoom stone over in that area. You know what? I think I'm gonna take a broom zoom over there. It'll be faster. And I think the closest, or the town that has a broom zoom closest to the entrance is probably Megistores. Another reason why it's a major hub of this game. Because the bar and the inn are also right near the entrance. And here she is over here. We've been through the text of the broom zoom before. You can use it 3 times per day, 50 gold. They will take you anywhere where there is a possibility to set a zoom stone. We want, let's see, the Glen area, west. Yes, the Gudegol Cave. Alright, here we go. And that's just her incantation. Now, we've seen the ghost over here, but let's keep fingers crossed that Nedim will be able to. The Gregel Cave? I mean, close. So here we are. This is the Western Glen region. Actually, can I... Once I get around this bit, should be able to just go north. All the zombies are pinging on me. I'm sorry, ghouls. They are a zombie palette swap. I'd kind of like to see what this church looked like back in the day before it became ruins. I bet it was lovely. Okay. Oh. Oh, Mel, here you are. The spirit of the priest is right in front of you? I still can't see it. Maybe the effects of the coin are limited, or the effects are limited if you're only holding it. Let me rephrase that again. If you're just holding the coin, then it will have a limited effect. Please, Ventura Coin, raise my spirit sense. Nidim desperately prayed, or gripped the Ventura Coin and prayed. It's no use. I can't see it at all. The rumors about the coin were fake. And I really got my hopes up this time. It's heartbreaking. I made you accompany me on such a pointless errand. I'm sorry. I put you through so much. If I can't get my spirit sense back, then it's gonna be impossible for me to become a Death Master. Maybe my only choice is to give up. She's really feeling down. Let's go report into Deslin. Oh no, we made things worse. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Nidim seems to be pretty down. Will you tell me what happened? So we told Deslin everything that happened. I see. It's too bad for her, but without spirit sense, she's just going to have to give up on her dream of being a Death Master. It might take some time, but Nidim should be able to take steps one at a time to accept the hard reality. And so, Mel, let's the two of us watch over Nidim until she is like energetic again, or until she's herself again. Is that the communicator going off? Oh, that sound. Might it be that the spirit world communicator by the wall over there is being targeted, or it's had a reaction? Can you hear me, Death Master? Please answer my voice. A request has come in. We should answer the call of that requester on the spirit world communicator right away. Okay. Mel connected to the spirit world communicator and called out to the spirit who was asking for help. Oh, at last I've gotten through. I would most definitely like your help, Deathmaster. I apologize for the late introduction. I am Mirufi. While I was alive, I worked as a servant for a certain estate. That's like the word they use is like doing. It's hard for me to tell at this point if it means like did kind of menial work or did like behind the scenes like underworld work for a certain estate. And the master was a very wealthy person. Oh, I see. Yes, it was probably just a servant doing menial labor. And the spirit goes on to say, and I fell in love with this son, Ruben, who was to follow in his footsteps, the master's footsteps. And we exchanged a promise to elope. We had planned to meet secretly in a place where no one ever goes. And the plan was to set off on a journey for an unknown land. That's what we promised. And yet, I was attacked by thugs and lost my life. My life was stolen. I'm sure that they were servants sent or bought with the money from my master, who did not think well of me. But what I want to ask for is not for revenge. I would like you to go to my beloved Ruben, tell him of my death, and tell him that I want him to live his own life. Ruben is even now waiting for me in the Morinara clearing on the Eltona continent. Please, go tell him of my death and tell him that I wish him to live freely. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's go do this. Whew. Things did get heavy. Okay, Morinara clearing is gotta be over in the Morinara forest. And the easiest way to get there is to go to Azran and take... Well, if you don't have a stone set to the ranger's hut out there, and you don't want to use a broom zoom, this is the easiest way. Go to Azlan. If you've been to that map area before, the wagon outside will have the ranger's hut listed as an option among the places where it can take you. But the Morinara Great Forest is out that northern exit of the map here in D1. I I want to go to the Ranger Association branch office in the forest. I think the flower mount is adorable too. Okay, here we are. Okay. It is over on this side. Mel and her mount are just blending right in. The bushes are about 2 times her height. Let's see. This way. There's a little cave. It's kind of hard to see on the big map, but it connects this area to the one above it. Mel's not the only thing hiding in the bushes among the flowers. Oh, sure thing, Wyncy. That will probably be the next time that I do plot, which I think will be next week. Main story plot. If I forget, just remind me. But unless somebody asks to change the mount, it will probably still be this one. Okay, that cave over there is where we're headed. Halt. What business do you have in a place like this? Mel told him that she had come to deliver a message to a person named Ruben from a person named Mirufi. From Milfi? I am Ruben. Very well, let me hear what you have to say. Come over here. Oh no. Oh no. Huh. You can't move and you can't talk either, huh? Like, you can't say much? Let's get right down to it. Where's your partner? Her name was Nedim, right? What's that? You're not grasping the situation? Oh, please tell my beloved Duven about my death. That requester, Milfy, that was me. It was a good enough performance to fool a beginner like you, huh? And Ruben, the name that I introduced myself as, is also a fake name. My real name is Yasumaya. No, Gizumaya. Gizumaya. I've been very careful not to take chances. Now then, it's Nirim that I have business with. I thought she'd be with you, but... well, if she's not coming, then... you're just bait to get her here. Hey, Mel! I was worried, so I came after you. Is Ruben this person? That's right. So you're Nirim. You've come at a good time. I have a request to ask of you. Whatever that is, it can't be good. This book you see, it is called the Spirit Book. It is a special piece of writing, and on top of that, only someone of a certain venerable bloodline, one called the Successor, can open it. For a long time now, I have set up detection spells in places where it seems like Death Masters were likely to go. And you were discovered just the other day, but to think that the Successor isn't even a Death Master. That's why it took me so long to find you. Or that's why I couldn't find you for such a long time. Hey, Mel. This seems kinda bad. If you're done here, we should hurry up and go home. Sorry, I can't move. Well, whether or not Mel will be able to go home depends on what you do next. Undo this seal on the Book of Spirits. If you do, I will set her free. What are you saying? Are you trying to trick me? Now, you don't need to make such a scary face. It's simple. All you have to do is open up this book. If it's been sealed, then that must mean this is a pretty awful book, right? There's no way I'd be able to help you. There's no way I could help you. Even though Mel's life hangs in the balance? You're aiming that dagger far too high. Don't trust him, Nirim! Take that book and run! Ah, jeez, fine. At the moment when I open this book, you will let Mel go. Don't trust him. I don't trust him. No! Ah! Yes, it's done! The spirit, or book of spirits, which so many have tried to open, is at last opened. It's unfortunate, Nedim. Whenever one tries to open the book of spirits, it steals their life. So you're going to have to quit being the successor as well. But this is just my taste, but you're far more beautiful dead than you are alive, or than you were alive. It gives me the shivers to the point where I feel like I'll go crazy. Yeah, creeper. To think that this one corpse would be so beautiful when hundreds or thousands, or have been surrounded by hundreds or thousands of corpses. Why am I not doing anything? This may sound to you like it's not talking about reality or it's not possible in reality, but if I have this book of spirits, then I have plenty of possibility to build a kingdom of the dead. Do you doubt me? Well then, let me give you one more demonstration. Vengeful spirits who writhe in the real world. Souls of the departed. Gather to the bodies buried in this place. Become spirits and be reborn. Or like, yeah. Spirits as in the same kinds of spirits we summon. Well. Mel, this is goodbye for a while. The next time we meet, it will be when I'm summoning you as a spirit. Alright, let's get him. I am only level 50. I don't have a weapon equipped, but let's summon. Let's summon a ghost because we've got 3 to deal with. Ooh, cool, we get 2. Let's see, what helps raise my spirit power? Curse. Curse does. Wait, can I do Great Curse? Yes. But it's got a timer on it, so I can't do another one just yet. I want to try and get my death power full. Aw. Nope, Matt's too good. It's alright. There we go. My monster companion got another level. Mel carried Nidim's corpse and returned back to where Deslin waited. What happened, Mel? Nidim, don't tell me she's... It's all because I let her go. Like, let her head outside. Mel, will you please tell me what happened? So the requester was Gizmaya. So that person was searching for the successor who could undo the seal on the Book of Spirits. And that's how all this happened. It is a forbidden book which causes vengeful spirits to reside inside dead bodies. And the one who wrote it was Nedim's ancient ancestor. And on top of that, this child is the successor of this book. This book was passed down from generation to generation, but at some point along the line it was stolen, and at last it came to be in Gizmaya's hands. Members of my family have been protecting the successor and also searching for the lost book. That is our mission. However, there's been a decline in my clan, and the generation before last had already removed from the successor's family the ability to become to class change into a Death Master. I think that's what she said. Poor Nidim. She didn't know anything about her esteemed ancestor or about the Book of Spirits, and she was killed because of it. Mel, Nidim is still alive. Perhaps the only thing that saved her was that Nidim was supposed to be the successor, and she just collapsed from opening the Book of Spirits. So that's how it is. How did they not realize immediately that she wasn't dead? It is said that the young one, fearing some kind of evil, had those other than the successor try opening the book, and it unleashed a deadly spell. Nidim is the successor, but she's not a Death Master. With this kind of mixed up condition on the situation, or that kind of like messed up situation, might be the reason why, or might be the cause for why she has fallen into a coma. I will search for a way to awaken Nedim. Please accept this as my apology for getting you caught up in such a dangerous mission. Go on, take it. Okay. Upper and lower clothes for the Deathmaster. 20 skill points in each. In each skill tree. Once I find a way to save Nedim, I would most definitely like to ask for your help. Absolutely. Okay, well let's put the outfit on and show what it looks like. It's a couple minutes early, but we definitely don't have time to take on the next quest. So that's where we're gonna leave it for today, and we'll complete this quest line at the start of stream next week. There you go. There's Deathmaster Mel. Oh, thank you, YNC. So we will trust that Deslin will find a way to fix things before next week, and we'll continue on then. There's little points in there, in the hood, but it's not quite Ear's hood. That's okay, it's still a really cool outfit. There's also a really cool pose that goes with it. For every class that you get to level 50, you unlock a new stance. Might as well show that now. Sure. So for the... Yeah, that's interesting. Oh, Deathmasters, you have to be 80. Thank you. Thank you. I was wondering why I didn't see it. Most every other class, it's when you get it to 50. Alright. Well, when Mel gets to level 80, I can show it off. We'll see. So that's gonna be it for today's stream. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you've had fun. We got to get through a lot of random stuff today. And we'll finish up Deathmaster next week. And unless there are more limited time events to go through, then we'll probably continue on with plot after that. I will be back on Sunday with some Haruka 3, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend.